Hey y'all, I know it's been a while since I have been on. Um, I have been, mm, I'm not going to say sick because I actually felt fine, but I've had a long term fever like since the first of the year, January 1st. Actually, it was the 3rd, so January 3rd, and today is the 17th, and this is the first day that I haven't had fever. Um, I did end up going to the emergency room because I have a doctor's appointment this month, and I told them to put me on the wait on the call list for if they get any cancellations so I can be seen sooner. But I hadn't got a call yet, so I went on ahead and went to the emergency room just so that I could get some tests and labs done and stuff to make sure I didn't have some type of infection going on or something like that. I truly, honestly thought that I had pneumonia. I just didn't have any symptoms except for the fever, but that wasn't it. So, um, other than the fever, I think I probably was a little tired, but other than that, no other symptoms, no runny nose, no nothing. So I didn't know what was going on. So hopefully I am over the hump. I have been planning, um, basically after the day is over with, I've been coming in and updating my planner. Um, yes, this is a new planner, you all. This is a new cover. It's by Moterm and it's called grayish pink, I think. It's not the dusty pink or the rose pink or whatever it's called. It's called dusty, no, grayish pink, and it's a pretty color. I wish I would have had the other one down here, the other color, the other pink one down here, so I could compare um, the colors for you all. But the biggest thing is this is a bound book. So this is Jess Scribbles Plans book. And I'm trying to get used to it. It's going okay now, but the first few days in it, I absolutely wanted to go back to my rings. I purchased it. I said try and stick with it. I've always wanted to do a bound book, but I always end up changing my mind at the last minute. I even changed my mind this time, and then on um, January 1st, I went into this book. I do have my rings set up though, um, because I was pretty sure I was going to um, leave this book, but so far I've tried to make it work. I do have some tip-ins. I tipped in this yearly calendar. This is the calendar that comes with it. I labeled what I would be using these for. And I haven't done a lot of the tracking in here. This is supposed to be a vision board on this side. This is my husband's work shift for the year. And then this is my on-site and PTO days here. So I have tipped in quite a bit of things. And as I move through the book, it is going okay. It is going okay. This is a tracker here. I made this line darker. Yeah, so it's going okay. We'll see if I'm going to stick with it. I do know that if I do stick with it, I'm probably going to go back to rings next year. Because I started this, I'm probably going to stay in it because that's just my nature. So, yeah, I will probably end up back in rings next year. Couple of things that I found. Okay, so I wanted a bound book because I wanted everything in one book, bound. And that's the thing with rings, is that it's not bound. You can buy your what you call that, binder for it to store it in, but it's still not a bound book. But I guess as long as that those rings don't get messed up, then you know that's about as bound as you're gonna get outside of being bound. This is my calendar for this month. I think, like, I have January here. I think I'm gonna put a bigger January here. They do have it here. For me, that's a little small, but it's okay. I mean, I think my other one was small too, like that. But these are my weeklies, and I do like the weekly setup. However, I feel like I have a little bit too much room. I think I would have liked the checklist over here on this side, because I usually set up my week like here, then I put my checklist of things that I want to do, but instead it's a blank section, and the checklist is here. And I think I would have liked the checklist here, and then this be blank. They could keep this up there if they wanted to. And then the tracker is down here. The tracker is down here. We get 2, and then the weekly with about 6 or 7 lines. So that part is okay. I just would have liked the checklist on this side. The other thing that I noted was up here, and more so on these pages. This is on these pages here. Let me go to another page. Yes. So on these pages, just have the 2 and the 3. I personally, see, I didn't even notice that was there. So there is a little January right there, but I would have personally liked January up here myself. So that's one thing about the book. And then the checklist for the weekly, I wish it was on the other side. And then lastly, I think the only thing that I would have liked is for the lines in here to be just one, or a half a bit darker. They are a little light. I can see them okay, but as I get older, if I were to stay in this book, I could see that being a problem. And then also, you know, when you have them up against other stuff, it makes it kind of hard to see too. Gel pens. So I did know that, but I guess I didn't, because usually when I'm writing it with when I'm in my planner, I usually use a ballpoint or gel pen. I rarely use fountain pens. Well, that was the great thing about going to this book, is that I can use fountain pens. So I have been using fountain pens all the way up until some point, and then I didn't have my fountain pen on me, so I used the gel pen. And when I used that gel pen, it bled through on the paper. So I think I remember that from videos years ago when I first started, you know, learning about Tomoe River paper, but I think I forgot. So yeah. So that is the other thing that I don't like, is if I'm not going to be able to do my gel pens and in here. But on the other hand, I do like it because I'll be able to use my fountain pen. So almost everything in here is written in fountain pen. The fourth thing I don't like is I wanted a bound book, because I wanted the whole year in one book. And this book, I didn't think about that, y'all. I don't know why I didn't think about that when I purchased this book. This book is 2 books. It's a 2-volume book. So I'm like, so I'm still not getting a whole one book. So probably what I'm gonna do is once I get through with this is end up creating some kind of TN for it and having both books in one TN and storing it like that. Was one other thing I was gonna say. Oh, and then also I track a lot of stuff yearly, so I put these things in here, but am I gonna have to print another one so I could take them out? And I guess if I would have thought about it, I could have just did a January through June and then did a July through um, December in the other book. But I like having my trackers all on one page for some of my yearlies. So they would have worked as far as having each of the trackers in each of the books, but it wouldn't have worked because I wouldn't have had it all in one book. Just like, having the bound book in one book. And that's it. So this is today, the 17th. Well, it is the 18th now because it's after 12. And these are other trackers back here that I have as well. So I have tipped in several of them, and I did intend to put them on the Kikuyo paper, but I forgot. So it's just regular typing paper, 20-pound typing paper, we're call it printer paper. But yeah, so that's it, y'all. I'll come back on at another time and give y'all, I knew I'll need to do a flip through of my 2024, and then give y'all an update on this planner. Do a plan with me. I hope back. I was supposed to be back, and I know I said that, so I apologize to everyone who may have been waiting on a video, but just to let y'all know that I will be back. I did switch jobs, so I've been, getting acclimated to that as well. So yeah. All right, that is it, y'all. I will talk to y'all later. You all have a good day. Bye-bye.